I want you to ponder this with me symbolically. All of us have destroyed things in our lives. Sometimes it's pretty straightforward. You ever push those carts out to the end of your driveway on Tuesday or Wednesday full of trash? The stuff you're throwing away, that's the stuff you've destroyed in order to make your food or wash your clothes. We are literally destroying things every week for the sake of having the conveniences we enjoy, the stuff of life, the debris we leave behind in our culture. In fact, one measure that anthropologists have of a high culture is high cultures have more trash. They can afford to throw more stuff away. Waste is a sign of wealth. The more you can throw away, the richer you are. And it's true when you think about it. So destruction is kind of built into the nature of our business. But I want to talk about it more symbolically than that. How many of you made a choice somewhere earlier in your life where you took a road that could have gone in a different direction? Remember our choir, our men last week, was it last week? Sang The Road Not Taken, a really beautiful piece. We like that, don't we? We like that song. We like that poem. But we have to remember that when we say yes to this, we're saying no to that, and that effectively destroys that choice, doesn't it? Think about it. When did you do this? I can think about mine. I'll share with you what I shared with someone this morning as I was pondering it. This is not my first choice of career. I went to college to be a musician. I was good at music theory. I could even play the piano pretty good, but the longer you stay in music school, the more musicians you meet. And I looked around and realized I wasn't that good. I could see talent, and I knew what they had and what I did not. Could I have pursued a career in music? Maybe doggedly. I'm told now, there's a book out that says genius isn't giftedness, it's determination. Edison figured that out a long time ago. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration, as he put it, and I think Dwight Eisenhower echoed that. I asked myself, would I be as good as I wanted to be in music? And I realized I was not going to be. I destroyed that path. That life doesn't exist. How many of you, and there's some people in this room who have been married more than once, you know what the destruction of life can entail. You all know that we make choices every day where we say yes to this and no to that. In fact, every yes is in fact a no. In fact, every yes is a whole bunch of no's. We are destroying our lives even as we create them, saying yes to this and no to that. And that's part of the creative process. It's a little bit like carving a sculpture. Was it Michelangelo who said, all you have to do is take away everything that isn't an angel? You have to remove it, get rid of it. You have to destroy something to release what is inside of it, but it's still destruction no matter how you go about it. Judith Viorst wrote a book many, many years ago that I found very helpful to me called Necessary Losses, in which she reflects on the fact that at some point we realize we start giving things up more than taking things on. Necessary losses include middle age and realizing you're no longer 20, which means you can't run that marathon twice. You may not be able to make it through once anymore. You realize that you need glasses to do what you didn't need them to do before, and you listen a little more earnestly than you did when you were younger. You realize that you're giving up things all along the way. The spirituality of adulthood, which has been my theme all month, has been about creation, but I'm doing the other side of that today, of destruction, of relinquishment, of giving up, of letting go so that we can make this choice and do it wholeheartedly. Because we can only create what we believe in, and we can only believe in it if we give ourselves to it, and that means to that and not to that. So I'm here to celebrate, if you want to call it that, destruction. And say that some of it is not only inevitable, it's necessary, but that doesn't mean it ever feels good. Destroying things is inevitable. I just hope that we can, as we reach the middle of our lives, take on some of that attitude found in some of our Native American communities that reputedly take aim at an animal like this, and before letting go of the arrow, thank the Great Spirit for the life that's about to be given that I might live. And then go up to the animal that's dying and thank it for feeding. I would like to hope that we human beings would treat our destructions as sacrifices, not just as choices. How many of us give things up consciously? Do you want to understand what I'm asking? That we give up things all the time. What if we rolled the trash to the curb and said, I thank you, Great Spirit, for making me wealthy enough to be able to throw this stuff away? Sounds silly, doesn't it? But are you grateful for what you're able to give away, to let go of, to destroy? I want to talk about sacrifice at the very end. A word that, as you've heard me define it before, literally means to make holy. Sakros, holy, fecit, to make. If we're going to destroy, can we not make something holy in the process? Can we not, with our intent and our hearts and our minds, make these choices so clear and true and honest that even the act of destruction is itself prelude to creation? Think about it. Every day we live is time we will never get back. What will you do with this day that you're going to have to give up anyway? What are you going to do with this week or this month? Because you're going to give it up anyway. If I have to give up my life, and I shall, and so will you. If it must be destroyed, and it will, and we know that, how can we make the loss into a sacrifice, into something holy, something true, something good? This, I think, is at the heart of the Easter story. Something is going to be lost, a life, a hope. Where will I find new life and new hope? How will I find it? Only if we can see destruction as sacrifice. Because all the losses we have before us, and they will all be there, of health and dreams and life, we have to do that. We have no choice. But they can all be made into sacrifices if we create something from them. What will you create with your life? What will you make your sacrifice? I can't tell you, but I urge you, make of your life not just a creation, but a sacrifice. Become holy people. Make the world a sacred place. Amen and amen.